All right, we're going to wrap up here on a little Christmas stuff. We got a listener submission here. AITA for shitting on the family's Christmas plans. Some backstory.
Wait, what? Is
Yep.
this a literal shitting?
I don't think so. They're plans.
Oh, I thought you said plants like a tree.
Shitting on the Christmas
Someone
tree.
shit on a Christmas
That's
tree.
so funny. That is really funny.
Okay.
Shitting on the plans. Some backstory. I was out of the country for work this summer. My sister calls and tells me that my parents want to do Christmas in the USA this year, where she lives. My parents live in Canada, and I live about 4 hours from them. I immediately don't want to do that because I've already visited her twice that year, and now I have to find the money for a third flight. Normally, we both fly home for Christmas. My sister rarely sees our parents because of where she lives, and I see them way more. Now I have to work over Christmas, and I'm not flying to the US. So the financial burden has now fallen all on my sister to host my parents, which she is freaking out about. Every time I talk to her, she complains about how much it costs and what she will do to entertain them for 10 days. Oh my God, 10 days.
That's a long time.
Good Lord, kill me. When I say stop complaining, you guys decided this, she loses her mind on me and we get into a screaming match that ends up with her hanging up on me. Wow, they're celebrating Christmas already. Me saying this hits some weird button for her. She says our mother said, quote, the only thing she wanted for Christmas, unquote, was to spend it in the U.S. and she had no choice but to say yes. I say
this mom is Jewish.
she did have a choice, especially if she couldn't afford it, and that infuriates her even more for some reason. I feel she's playing the victim, and her guilt about never seeing our parents made her say yes to this whole thing. She says I'm an asshole because I should have talked to our parents and said I didn't want to do Christmas outside Canada. But I feel like that's her cop-out way of making me change the plans so that I'm breaking their heart, not her. Of course, our parents know nothing. They are excited about visiting the States and seeing my sister. I may just be feeling bitter about missing Christmas, but I feel I could have spent some of the holiday with my parents if they weren't traveling. But I also feel like I'm right. My sister and I aren't talking now, AITA.
Ay. What a conundrum.
I agree. It's like, shut up. I don't like this at all.
Why can't the parents pay for part of this vacation?
I don't know. Maybe they're poor. You never know the situation.
Well, sounds like the kids are poor.
Yeah, it seems like money is an issue here. But I'm just like, I get upset because family drama is so shitty.
Yeah.
And it can really get worse with time. And so it makes me sad mainly to think that like this brother and sister aren't talking.
Yeah. I think when there's a communication breakdown, and whether it's a couple or a family,
right,
that's where the issues happen. Like, why can't both of the kids just say to the parents, like, we're having some financial difficulty, so if you want to come visit for Christmas, which we totally want you to do,
right,
you're going to have to pay for a few things. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say to your parents, especially if they want to come stay with you for 10 days. Holy shit.
That's so long. Autumn S writes, you're both blamey, whiny asses. Eddie H says, everyone sucks here because you both are putting your parents in the middle. Because of this petty drama, you're both telling your parents, quote, you are a burden to me, and that's just not right. This could have been handled better instead of revolving into exhausting time wasting.
Well, they didn't tell the parents they were a burden. The guy concludes the am I the asshole with our parents know nothing, they're excited about their visit.
The parents haven't heard.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to what I said, it's just like, look, the one thing that would upset the parents is that their children are fighting. It's like, parents hate that shit.
Maybe the parents are doing this on purpose. They could be sociopaths.
That's all their sick game. So this is a weird thing, too, that the parents live in Canada and they live in the U.S. You don't really hear about a split U.S.-Canada family. Pick a side.
Yeah. Wait, also, do the brother and sister not live in the same city? Was that...
The brother lives 4 hours from them in Canada. And the sister...
So he sees the parents all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that does make me think... So then the sister is mad at the brother because he's not coming, because he would have to buy a third flight.
What would... If the brother came, what would he be contributing to that would make this easier on the sister?
Well, he says, so the financial burden has now fallen all on my sister to host my parents because...
But if they all went to the U.S. together,
I guess he would split
still...
some of the cost, or maybe they get a hotel a few of the days, or he'd buy some of the
he
food.
can still split the cost.
Yeah, just send some money or something.
But maybe his argument is like, the reason why I'm not coming in the first place is because I don't have the money to travel.
Yeah, I don't know. This is honestly giving me a headache. These people. But like, I do think I think the brother is being a bit unsympathetic because it's like she rarely sees her parents. And now I don't know why they planned this for 10 days. That just feels like a huge mistake.
What's the most amount of time you think that you could travel with your family?
Like with my immediate family?
Yeah.
I would say 3 to 4 days is like max. Yeah.
3 to 4 days max.
Once it gets longer, it starts being fun.
All right. So that's the solution. Cut the trip down to 4 days. Tell the parents.
Absolutely. Why so long? But I do feel like that's kind of sister's fault if she planned a 10-dayer. I feel like it's kind of like my mom used to always say, like, I eat too much food. And she goes, you're eating with your eyes. I felt like sister was eating with her eyes. She's like 10 days with the parents. But now that the 10 days are actually right around the corner.
Oh, Danny, are you sponsored by the Eating With Your Eyes Foundation?
I actually am. Eatingwithyoureyes.com is a eating disorder.
It's just a porn website, but it's only food.
Yeah. Eileen C. writes, Christmas is in 2 days, and we're just getting this half-laid story. Weird. I've never heard of a half-laid story. I thought the plans were half-laid, not stories. Plans are going to change, so it's up to you if your attitude is going to. So IDK, rock, paper, scissors about who the bigger asshole is, then stop acting like your parents are a burden. You know what? You're both assholes. Be grateful you still have parents and that you have the privilege to still spend any time with them.
No, this commenter's the asshole.
You think so?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't work for this organization, but it's like the starving children in Africa thing. Like, not everyone should just be like walking around being like, my parents are the best. I'm super grateful they're still alive. Like,
right.
It's okay to find your parents annoying.
Right. Like, this part, you'd be like, oh, my dad actually, he actually hit me. He's an alcoholic. And someone's like, well, my dad's dead.
Yeah,
okay,
just be grateful you have an alcoholic dad to hit you.
Allison C says, ETA, which I think she means everyone sucks here. Both of you sound like little children. You need to learn to grow up and speak what you need to say to your parents and family. Maybe get a family group chat or something, because you obviously don't know how to speak to each other.
Yeah, I'm ready to make my determination. I've decided who I think the asshole here is.
Okay.
I think the brother is being communicative with the sister.
Right.
He's saying, I have to work.
Right.
I don't have the money to come.
Right.
If you don't want the parents to be there for 10 days, if you don't want to pay for them, open your mouth and tell them. I feel like the sister is the asshole here.
I'm willing to go with you on that. The brother, I think, is in a situation he can't get out of. I mean, I guess the one thing I would say is there are certain things I don't think, because Christmas is annual, I don't think it fits the bill. But for instance, if I was invited to a friend's wedding, and there's been times when I couldn't afford it, but I could afford it. Like, I could find a way. You know what I mean? And I think there are certain times that you should rise up to it, even if you can't afford it, even if it's a little crazy to put another $500 on your credit card or whatever, that you actually should do that. Or like beg, not beg on the street, but like beg your parents or whatever, and like get it. I don't think this is that situation.
No, not even close, because the son sees the parents all the time.
Right.
It's just Christmas.
Right.
It's just one Christmas.
But the pressure is falling on her. But yeah, I still don't think I don't think it's her right to be like, how freaking dare you?
Yeah, she's blaming the wrong person. She should be talking to the parents and saying, Mom, Dad, I love you. Here's the financial situation I'm in.
Right.
I want to see you. So come visit, but just please don't expect me to pay for things. And then everyone's happy.
Problem solved.
Yeah, she's the asshole.
She's understandably freaking out because I think the holidays are so stressful for people, but it's like she does just need to be honest and be like, parents, I'm overwhelmed.
I don't blame her for being stressed. I agree.
Right.
But I do blame her for the situation that she's in. She's the asshole.
All right, AITA for shitting on the family's Christmas plans. We agree, not the asshole, and the sister is.
Yes.